It was Christmas Day, 1939. Across Europe, the opening stages of the Second World War were unfolding, fierce in all their drama, fear, and destruction. The future of Europe, the future of the world, was uncertain. George VI, King of England, was to give his Christmas broadcast to his people, who waited anxiously for the words of their king at these troubled times. Not a good speaker, and not knowing how to say what was in his heart, the king nevertheless knew he needed to instill faith and hope into the hearts of the world. The ears of the world were tuned to him. His young daughter, the 13-year-old Princess Elizabeth, destined later to become queen, handed her father a poem published in 1908, written by Minnie Louise Haskins. Its words were just what the king needed to say, and just what the world needed to hear at that precarious moment of fearful uncertainty. I said to the man who stood at the gate of the year, "Give me a light that I may tread safely into the unknown." And he replied, "Go out into the darkness and put your hand into the hand of God. That shall be to you better than light and safer than a known way." So I went forth, and finding the hand of God, trod gladly into the night. And he led me towards the hills and the breaking of day in the lone east. So powerful was this message of trust, and so moving to the people staring into the frightful face of war, that when the king died years later, these words were etched into the gates of his tomb. 3 other kings, 3 wise men, 3 astrologers found themselves at the gate of the year. They too sought a light to tread safely into the unknown. They too were told to go out into the darkness and seek rather the hand of God. And so they too went gladly into the night, and were led towards the hills and the breaking of day. Like all journeys, the journey of the Magi held its surprises, of which they were happily unaware. It led them through darkness, over ways unfamiliar to them, to people unknown to them, to another king, Herod by name, whom they would rather never have met. It led them in the end not to a palace, but to a stable. But a journey made in unawareness holds marvelous secrets and surprises, and their journey led them to the secret of secrets. It led them to God. They were not alone in their darkness and unawareness. The philosopher Martin Buber points out that all journeys have their secret destinations of which the traveler is unaware. Perhaps we too find ourselves in the dark sometimes, uncertain of our next step, unaware where life is leading us. Don't be frightened. Learn to see the gift in the surprises, to stand in awed wonder at the mysteries, to find delight in the bliss of unawareness. Pope Francis himself, certainly a keenly aware person, always delighted not in seeing all, but in being unaware of much, allowing him to trust in the God who leads through the darkness. He once said, "God is good to me. He has bestowed on me a healthy dose of unawareness. I just do what I have to do." This is not merely humility. It is a recognition of the very real limits and folly of human awareness. For only in our unawareness do we reach out for the hand of God and allow ourselves to be surprised by the beauty of it all. Like Francis, like the holy astrologers of old, we too are blessed with a healthy dose of unawareness as we make our journey through life. We think we have it all planned out, and we think we know the ways we will be traveling. At the beginning of the new year, we make foolish resolutions, so confident that we know where it is we need to go, both inside and outside ourselves. Well, the humbling truth is, we do not. Every day, every moment, the GPS inside of us is screaming back at us, recalculating. And it is perhaps well to take the advice of John Bon Jovi. Map out your future, but do it in pencil. Life's journey will take us not where we want to go, but where we need to go. We will be led up hills we did not wish to climb, and into valleys we did not want to descend. Along the way, we will encounter Herods who will deceive us, and dreams that will guide us. There will be clear, dark nights when we can see the guiding star, and there will be dazzling days when other lights will blind us to it. And time again, we find that it is precisely the unexpected and unwanted detours that have taken us the farthest along the path of growth. As people of the Spirit, we long for awareness, enlightenment, and we are frustrated when it eludes us. Perhaps, though, the real gift is not awareness, but unawareness. Perhaps the secret is not confidence in being right, but trust in being led. Perhaps we need to hear those words of the man standing at the gate. Go out into the darkness and put your hand into the hand of God. And there, in the darkness of our unawareness, we will suddenly find ourselves face to face, hand in hand, with the most awesome mystery of all.